Shalom. Shalom, shalom. Oh, Salakia. Oh. Call halal Yahweh Shemi Havashai Bahashim Kakwadash. Double honors to the other apostles and the other bishops of Great Millstone, even the elders that came before them. They taught us the truth. Shalom and salutations to all the brothers that pushing the word of truth and in sincerity, the hopeful elect tabernacle of David. The brother elder, Yahshua and Shalom and salutations to you all. I'm going to make this real quick. I saw this, okay? So here's the fight. And they just elevated the fight to the next level of what? Of clowns. Okay, so Bill Maher is a clown for who? He's that Zionist clown, and he's a what? Small hat clown. Who do they have coming against him? Judah. And this is at the top of entertainment right now. They're pushing this. Okay, you have to understand what's going on in the spirit. Let's get that real quick. Okay, you got to see everything spiritually right now. So the fight is between who is Judah. All right, and what they're doing is they're coming straight after our necks. Right, and now what they did is they told Dave to attack them so that they can scream what? Anti what? See how this goes? Where was I going with this? Shit. Salaki, I forgot. Go back to Dave. Oh boy. Dave Unmasked. We're going to watch this. Okay, but what's going on here? All right, well, this is the devil's plan and plot. Dave is not doing anything he's not told to do. So when he goes out and calls Bill Maher a cracker, I'm tired of this cracker shit. He was instructed to go out and use words, inflammatory words like that. Okay? If you don't think this nigga's on the plantation, go back and read the transcripts about how he tried to run away and then eventually had to bring that ass back and bow down. So he is firmly, all of them. If you don't think that whatever work Kanye West has already done, that's already in place, waiting for the Hitler card to come out. Okay, this nigga right here, whatever we see him doing, is all part of a well-scripted dance that's being presented. Okay, now, who's Judah? All right, this nigga right here ain't gonna stand up and say what he knows. They come out and say, oh, well, these people, these people, why don't you come out and say what all you niggas know? You ain't saying it. You ain't coming out and say, hey, we're the Israelites and just go watch the brothers on the street. They're not saying that. Nobody's saying that. But you're doing an elaborate dance around it, right? From Nate to Johanna. Everybody's doing an elaborate dance around, what the real bottom line truth is. Starting with these celebrities and these entertainers that are acting, skirting line and shit like that because they're in check. So whatever he says or what he's appearing to say, right, he's in check. Remember that. Okay, now I remember where I was going. We're going to the spirit, right? Spiritually D. Okay? You have to see everything from here into the chariots. You got to see everything in the spirit. You just do. And if you don't, if you can't see in the spirit right now, you're in trouble. You better find somebody who can, right? And let them lead you. It's called Great Millstone. I'm going to tell you who can see in the spirit. The elder apostle Tahar, follow him. It's called Great Millstone. Get in order. Come in through the order and stay in order. 1 Corinthians 2:14 in the King James. But the natural man receiveth not the things of the Spirit of the Most High, for they are foolishness unto him. Neither can he know them. Look, you can't know it. Because why? Because the Spirit has to be on you. So all you can do is strive for righteousness in all sincerity. Strive for righteousness in all sincerity. What does that mean? It means you throw caution to the wind and believe in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, because the Spirit has led you to the truth. What is the truth? Whatever is coming out of the elder apostle Tahar's mouth right now. That's who the Most High has chosen. Going back to Moses, going back to Noah. At one point in time on the earth, at any given point in time, the Most High is dealing with one particular person on the earth. Here's how you break it down. Who is the Most High dealing with right now? Is he dealing with Bibi Netanyahu because they're the chosen? No. He's got to be dealing with a real Israelite, okay? Now, he would be dealing with somebody who knows that they're an Israelite, right? And that at this point, knowing that we're at the end, we should be able to clearly see this person. So we would say that they came out of One West and da-da-da-da, and just when you do all of the logical, right, process of elimination, if you will, okay? If the Spirit is dealing with you, you wind up looking directly in the eyes of the elder apostle Tahar. That's just what it is. That's called the Spirit leading you into all truth. Right? You understand that the Most High has a mouthpiece on the face of the earth. Who might that be? All you got to do is look at how a man moves. That's all you got to do. Yohana out of there. They out of there. Anybody else out of there. Zabah out of there. Look at how they move. Right? You want a man like that telling you what to do? Elder Apostle Tahar don't tell you what to do. He expects you to be a man and do shit on your own. Stand up, be a man, and do what is right. That's what you're supposed to be doing. You don't need no man to tell you that. If you do, you need to be in Yohana's camp. Anyway, who is that person today? Back to this. Anyway, Salakia. It's easy to get led by the Spirit. Anyway, Salakia. 1 Corinthians 2 and 14. Let's read that here. Because without the Spirit, what you mean without the Spirit? The Spirit ain't dealing with you. Those words can cut the fuck up. And see, I remember once upon a time, hey, Spirit ain't dealing with you, I'm like, what? I didn't understand that shit at all. Right? And I was mad. Right? You get offended. But how do you bridge that gap? How do you get to where the Spirit finally reveals itself to you? Right? There's all kind of prose and waxing philosophical on how she'll hide herself from you until you know. But really it comes down to, look, put your head down and get ready to catch hell. And one day you look up and things are a little different because you're a veteran at catching hell and you know it. Right? And you're like this, okay, well, what is my contribution to the truth? Well, I'm good at catching hell. That's a great attribute. Might even be in this thing. That's when the Spirit starts supping with you and says, hey, guess what? You're doing good, right? You're doing good right now. And that's all you get. I'll see you later. And then you go back through that desert or through a dry ass spell and you don't hear anything else. Start looking for signs. start being tested in that desert. And water, you done squeezed out what's left in that lamb skin. You know, you watch the Ten Commandments, nigga. Okay? Anyway, 1 Corinthians 2:14, but in the NLT, but people who aren't spiritual can't receive these truths from the Most High Spirit. What does that mean? That means that the Spirit ain't dealing with you, Ak. Why? Because it can't. It can't fuck with you because it's vibrating at a frequency, nigga, that you can't vibrate at to reach what is known as harmony. You can't harmonize with the Spirit of the Most High because you're just a knuckle-dragging troglodyte, right? Who can't raise his vibration. You're stuck in the world, stuck in the third, and nigga, you got roots planted in the world. In the third, when you're supposed to be ascending, it's time to be. What does it mean to rehearse the righteous? It means the nigga be thinking every day that you're getting beamed up. That's the righteous act right there, getting beamed up. I made it. I endured till it. When you're getting beamed up and you're like, I'm getting beamed up. Still got to go through the wilderness. Anyway, Salakia. Let's see if I can get through it. 1 Corinthians 2:14 in the NLT. But people who aren't spiritual can't receive these truths from the Most High Spirit. It all sounds foolish to them, and they can't understand it. For only those who are spiritual can understand what the Spirit means, what the Spirit is saying unto the churches. Who are the churches? The elect. They're going to understand it. Why? Because the vibration of truth is so high that only those that are programmed from the beginning, attuned, will be able to hold that frequency. So a Yahana, right, when it's time to do the right thing, if you will, right? If you can't hold the frequency of the right thing, you're going to think it's okay to do it in the butt. There ain't no, where there is no, and then you're going to be a nigga and pull a scripture for wickedness. Where there is no scripture, you can be as wicked as, no, nigga, no. No. You're not spiritual. And here we are. Guess what? Guess what is about to be shown right now? Who's spiritual and who's not. So if you ain't walking in the Spirit, you don't understand this. Okay? What kind of fight, what kind of war are you involved in right now? What kind of weapons do you have? What kind of war are you fighting? What war are you fighting? The third dimensional war? Let's watch this. Real quick, what war are you fighting? Okay? If you don't understand what war you're fighting, it's a celestial war first. Okay? Whatever's going on the ground, as above, so below. What does that mean to them? They know what that means. And when I say they, I mean the damn devil, right? He understands duality and the laws of the universe, if you will, because he done went and fucked everybody up and lied to and turned everything upside down. So it's a garbage in and garbage out type thing. Salakia. I'm doing more talking than I am. Second Ezra 13 and 30. 31. and one shall undertake to fight. Okay? Hey. What fight? A war, World War III. All the more than just World War III. Many fights or many wars are going on simultaneously. And one shall undertake to fight. You got to know what fight you're in. If you're fighting a third dimensional fight, you've already lost. If you're not fighting a spiritual fight with the tools necessary to win a spiritual fight, knowing that you already won, right? How do you do it? If you're not putting on as the elect, if you are not walking around, I already won. I'm just trying to, figure out who I might be, and that's a joke to oneself. We know not to even think on that level, but you have to laugh at yourself. Okay, let me read this, Salakia. 2 Ezra 13:31. And one shall undertake to fight against another, one city against another, one place against another, one people against another, and one realm against another. All right. So if you're not playing all these instruments, okay, you got to be Prince in this fight. All right. Yeah, you might have to pick up a sword and shoot it in the air, right? And then to ward a motherfucker, let him know that, hey, I'm armed, and get some distance. That might be the instance where you use a sword of that nature. A motherfucker might get and then everybody run the other way. This motherfucker laying there with weapon, ammo, and all kind of. You go over there and grab that goddamn thing when the coast is clear, when it's right, and don't get fucking booby trapped. And you might use that weapon for a minute. Or not. That's a different level of fighting. You're in that fight too, but guess what? All right? You got to move in the spirit. You might need, hey, you go pick up a gun and some ammo, motherfucker, guess what? It might protect you for a minute. You might barter it the next moment. You'll know what to do in the spirit. You got to know what fight you're fighting. Anyway, Salakia. What fight? Where's the fight at right now? Let's watch this real quick, because there's a reason this is just about to blow up everywhere. They're going to say this nigger's anti-Semitic. Take it.
Bill Maher, the famous comedian. I've known Bill since I was like 18, 19 years old, and I've never said this publicly, but that guy. I'm so tired of his little smug cracker commentary. These motherfuckers act like because I did a comedy festival in Saudi Arabia, I somehow betrayed my principles. They said, well, Saudi Arabia killed a journalist, and rest in peace, Jamal Khashoggi. I'm sorry that he got murdered in such a heinous fashion. But, and no buts, like, period. And also, I mean, look, bro, Israel's killed 240 journalists.
Fair use. You don't understand what's going on right now. This is the fight at a spiritual level, at a very, very, very high level, if you understand what you're seeing.
Last 3 months, so I didn't know y'all was still counting.
They're screaming. He's pushing. He had to, hey, let me do my thing. Let me finish. It's like this. This joke was written, okay, to be put there at this time, right? And this dude is being relentless at trying to get out what he has been put there to say at this time. Okay? He wouldn't be saying this if they didn't want him to say. They could shut that thing whole down quick. He's playing for them. He's saying what they want him to say right now. Why? They say this nigger's anti-Semitic. Well, how was he able, Ted Turner, to get on the 6 motherfucking channels that one man owns? How was he able to get his message across? And how are you not able to go to Africa and find his ass and lynch him in front of everybody if he did something wrong?
Bill Maher, the famous comedian. I've known Bill since I was like 18, 19 years old, and I've never said this publicly, but that guy. I'm so tired of this little smug cracker commentary.
Smug, not smoke, smug cracker ass commentary. Who is Bill Maher? Is a small hat. Now he's going to refer to the small hats as those people. Listen close. It's all scripted. Now they can flip it and say, even this anti-Semitic nigger, the big gorilla that everybody loves. They're coming after you, Jake. Listen. These motherfuckers act like who? Bill Maher. The Bill Mahers.
Because I did a comedy festival in Saudi Arabia.
From our enemies, Saudi Arabia. The Arabs against the who? The fake Jews. Fair use. Netflix.
Somehow betrayed my principles. They said, well, Saudi Arabia killed a journalist. And rest in peace, Jamal Khashoggi. I'm sorry that he got...
He's naming names and getting responses, but you can't say Khashoggi's name. Look at this. How well scripted is it? Now, there's a version of this where this is well edited, and they edited out the parts where he had to shut everybody. Hey, wait. Let me finish my joke. Let me do what I do. Okay, find that one. Showing you his determination to get through what he was contracted to go out there and do. Okay, and then they edited this and they made it look real good to do what? To push a message. They talk about that word that's on there, about naming Khashoggi, and then bringing out the goods on who? On what's going on, right? With the war in Gaza, whatever you want to call it, right? What are they going to do with this? Because this is like wildfire going everywhere. All right? This is like wildfire going everywhere. So what kind of fight is this? First of all, you got to understand he's on their side. This will be used to do what? Set a trap for them that reprove in the gate. Offender for a word. This is a trap. For who? For us. Dave knows exactly who we are. Nobody said, well, the Israelites are. You talk about those people. Who are the Israelites? Nobody's saying that. Isaiah 29 and 21, that make a man an offender for a word. What is that word? Anti-Semitic. Well, Dave Chappelle is anti-Semitic because he came after the Jews and said those people. And lay us a snare for him that reproveth in the gate. Dave is part of that snare. He's springing the trap on us right now. They'll be able to point at him, Candace Owens, and Ye, and say they're anti-Semitic. And turn aside the just for a thing of not. I'm going to go ahead and cut it right there. All right. Shalom to the elect.